Welcome to the World Equestrian Center. I'm Justin Garner, Director of Hospitality Operations, and I'm standing here in front of our newest addition, the Riding Academy Hotel. I had a chance to catch up with our designers recently to learn more about their design inspiration. Let's head in and talk to Rick and Trudy. So Rick and Trudy, you've been with World Equestrian Center since the beginning. How has this project been different, and how have you approached this project versus the previous ones?
It was Mrs. Roberts and a lot of different special people working in the field of equestrian that needed to know how big the arenas and had to be, and the outside parts. But of course, in the arenas, there was restrooms and details that I had to be involved in, and I wanted to go with these textures of burlap and these equestrian type of things that people could relate to. So that was the first thing I did with the WEC property. And then as we started doing the design of the hotel, it just became, how do we go with classic Georgian architecture and infuse, without being kitschy, the equestrian vibe and details that I think we accomplished with a European, classy overall look. And that's sums up, but there's so many other parts to this. This one's going to be a fun place that everyone can come and feel relaxed. It's a dog-friendly, pet-friendly hotel. The finishes are all porcelain tiles, so we can have a lot more durability. There's a little bit more fun in the artwork, color, and the casual elements of the whole place. And we have the outdoor, like a typical Florida place would be, like an outdoor swimming pool and an incredible outdoor space.
In the Riding Academy, how did you carry through the equestrian theme without overdoing it?
So there's a lot of details incorporated in this hotel that we started small, though. First, we started with a horse blanket, which was the inspiration for the headboards and all the bedding and everything. And then we started with different drawer handles, bits, and just small details, even down to the lamps. We have details everywhere that relate to horses, but not necessarily horses. We also relate to dogs. You'll see that in the artwork.
The French antique hand-carved wooden horse, it's right behind us in the lobby. Is there a story behind that?
Mrs. Roberts enjoys antiquing up in High Point, North Carolina, and we have these really amazing pickers. They're these guys who have been in the business for so long, and they have such good taste. And we were in their booth, and we saw this horse, and it just said Riding Academy, but it didn't say anything else. So we thought it was the perfect opportunity to have something that didn't say Riding Academy England, and so it was our, like, hey, this could just be ours. And it was just, we knew that was something just triggered that for naming this hotel, because we were struggling at first. What do we name after we have the Equestrian Hotel? What caused us to call this the Riding Academy? It was the incredible antique.
One of the most charming elements, and one of the things that differentiates this hotel versus the Equestrian, is the artwork. So tell me a little bit about how you chose the artwork and how you came about choosing different pieces for different areas.
Mrs. Roberts has this affection for animals, mainly dogs. The original hotel, the Equestrian, had the dog theme. Some people questioned it, some people loved it, but we went and made this one because it's the Riding Academy. We took the dogs and made them kind of like this interesting background where they were in like college or a collegiate yearbook, and we made them all like they're dressed up like jockeys and riders, and the dogs were on these horses and everything. So it was just fun and unique and more of this collegiate, since it's Academy, we just went with that theme this year.
One of the other fun details is in the tack room market, we have dog head tiles with different breeds of dogs. How did you go about finding that and selecting those?
The initial idea, I think, was from just a kid being able to walk around and say, oh, that's my dog. I've got that dog at home. That's, so-and-so Fluffy, whatever. So it's one of those Mrs. Roberts really wants for, everyone here to be able to experience a personal touch on it. So even if it's as small as seeing their dog from home, they know, oh, he's here, even though if they might not have brought him with them.
I've never seen them before. I thought they were brilliant.
No, they were handmade.
Brilliant.
They were amazing.
One of the other pieces I really like about the hotel is the different wall coverings. We talked about having more color in this hotel versus the more classic, traditional black and white in the Equestrian. How did you come about finding the different wallpaper elements and paper coverings, and what are your favorites?
Everything's a journey and how the universe works. We're just walking the street, walked into I think it was a furniture show, we're not even thinking about it, and here, ironically, was the rep, first time ever in the country, selling their wallpaper. And we just started looking at the books, like, no one's ever seen this stuff before. She goes, yeah, we're going to try it. And she's from Romania. She goes, we're going to try this in our new wallpaper in the country. We're like, we know exactly a perfect place that we want to feature your art for the first time in the States and on a commercial job. They were elated. They even turned a regular paper into a vinyl, which Trudy's idea. I didn't think we could use it because it was actually paper, but Trudy came up and laid them all out in her organized fashion. Each hallway of every elevator lobby we have is different, with a different pattern they made for us.
So Trudy, one of your main contributions, in addition to all the organization here, is the design of the carpet that's throughout the corridors. Talk to me through about how you came about that and what went into designing that custom carpet.
So that is a interesting subject. Everyone, usually asks us, what motivates us? Why are we here? Why are we still here? All of our, schedules are tricky and tough to manage, and construction in general is tough, right? So that's one of the things where that is a personal aspect. I took the inspiration from the logo directly and just reversed it, but it was one of those when I was working on it, when I was designing it, I probably had 20 designs I was working on, but I came across, one that was 2 horses sort of touching noses, which automatically triggered a response because at the time my dog was passing away, and it was just an emotional response. I was like, oh my gosh, I could picture it. I was like, that's adorable. Let's see if it'll work. Without being too directly horse related, it kind of is an abstract take on 2 horses touching noses. But that's one of the things that I appreciate most about Mrs. Roberts is that her compassion for animals and anyone hurting, right? She knew I was kind of in pain at the time. She was like, this is the carpet, we're going with this. Out of all the 20 designs that I had, that was the one.
One of the signature elements of Robert's design is fabrics and fixtures throughout the venue. So talk to me a little bit about what are the pieces that you think people will find here and will become kind of Instagram moments.
At the fireplace that Trudy came up with the design, it has these sconces with faux horsehair hanging from them. So that was a nice detail we have. And I think we have the kind of saddle leathers in this one that's not so like the other hotel, so formal. These are all the things you would see in the equestrian, the butternut color and the browns. And we are instituting a lot of colors like hunter greens and purples and these other rich colors that we haven't used before. Is there anything I forgot?
Really, I'm going to say barn inspired, but that's not true. It could be a, mix between a yacht and a barn, right? It's super durable and very good materials, good woods, good quality, all the nail heads and everything that we're going to have. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah. So one of the touches I really like was this chandelier behind us. How did we find that and select that?
Basically, the chandelier is reminiscent. It's a Ralph Lauren chandelier. He is a brilliant of stirrups and with the straps. It's had to come here. It worked out perfect for our space, and we went with the bronze finishes to make everything warmer versus so much chrome before that we had in other hotels. So just more, and also with kind of a trend anyway, going back to the basic elements of brass.
So talk to me about the exterior landscaping. I know you guys are involved in that to a certain extent. We don't have Kelly on today, but talk to me about how that's important in this venue and what does it do for the guest experience?
Well, I have to say, Mrs. Roberts is the expert landscaper around here. It's just in her DNA. As a designer, and from being from Miami, I fought and fought and fought. I really wanted palm trees outside, but I have to give her credit. She gave what Ocala is Ocala. She puts the oak trees out there. There's live oaks here, and I think she hit a home run with everything out there.
We have a huge splash pad that's even more fun than the other one because this hotel is more family friendly and more, dog driven. We have a huge lounge space out there that's gonna, I think they're gonna feature some musical artists and things out there to be able to, have a nice, comfortable evening.
What is your favorite thing about the Riding Academy Hotel?
I'm actually impressed how large the rooms came out. For this many people being here. I think as a person who's been in many hotels, it features everything I've had at a Ritz-Carlton or any other high-end 5-star chain. So the refrigeration, the bathrooms I think are better, and we used a better technique that is just going to be something I was very proud that Trudy came up with that idea in the vanities from our incredible vendors. We learned from the first hotel, and I think we really nailed it with this one.
it was obvious during the first hotel how good our people are. This one, they just outshone everything. It was amazing. Everyone came together, even with their designs and all the, different struggles that we had to get it to this point. But I think it turned out incredible, and we would not be here without them making us look good.